Hey y'all, welcome to my notebook part 50. If you're new here, my name is Selena Caney, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. This is what the page looks like. And today we are going over Genesis chapter 21, verse 1 through, I don't know if it says 30 or not, but I wrote it a little bit on this page, but let's go ahead and get straight into it. So, it says, Sarah had a son named Isaac, and he was circumcised at 8 days old. Abraham was 100 years old at this time, and Sarah was joyful when the child was able to eat real food. Abraham made a feast for Isaac. Sarah told Abraham to tell Hagar and Ishmael to leave so they do not share the inheritance of Isaac. And God said he will make a nation out of Ishmael. Abraham was distressed because Sarah wanted them to go, and he wanted them to stay, probably while he was in distress. And then I put God's commands Abraham to listen to Sarah because the promised lineage would come through Isaac. And then I put Hagar left with the child, going into the wilderness of Beersheba, I think that's what this is. And Hagar found herself needing water. And then I put God heard her cry, and an angel of God told her, God hears her voice and asks, where is Ishmael? And tell her, I will make a great nation of thee. And God opened her eyes, and she saw a well, and she got water and was able to feed her son. And God was with her and Ishmael. Ishmael grew up and became an archer. Ishmael dwelled in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took him a wife from Egypt. I don't know how to pronounce this name that I'm about to say, but it's Abimelech. So I think it's pronounced milk or something like that. And it says, and the next name is Phichol. And it says, the chief captain of his host told Abraham, God is with thee in all he does. King, and it's basically saying the king at that time, makes Abraham swear an oath of kindness for both of them and their descendants. And Abraham tells him about the well, and his servant sees, and he says he didn't know. And Abraham used the sheep and the oxen to make a covenant and gave them, again, the name of that city, or the name of the person. Abimelech. And then it says Abraham sojourned in the Philistines. And then right here is the last portion, I think. And then I put, and Abraham sent 7 lambs of flock by themselves to bear witness that he dug the well. And he called that place Beersheba because they both swore. And again, the name again, and the other name that started with a P that I told y'all, it says return to the Philistines. And Abraham planted a grove in Beersheba. So basically, I feel like these told, I talked about my last one in my, I don't know what I'm going to say, but in my last Bible study that I did, or my last video in my notebook series, 49, I talked about Abraham, and I talked about that was one of the examples for what I gave for this, and I feel like this was perfect to come right after that, even though it was not planned, to kind of give you a glimpse of the obedience that Abraham was showing, because he was saying, like, being obedient to God, even though it being his son and his wife being took, like, going away, not being taken, but going away from him, and I have to say to another land. So yeah, thought that was important to tell y'all. So I will meet y'all in part 51, and I hope y'all have a blessed day. Just know that I love y'all and Jesus loves y'all more.